G'day Ratbags and welcome to another episode of Dirt Riders TV.
Bag it up!
If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the action.
In this episode we're going to do a little bit of maintenance on the old Stormtrooper, starting with the old rear sprocket. The old bearings have had it, I think, so let's take a closer look.
In part 1, I showed you how to take out the bearings, and in this part 2, I'm going to show you how to put them back in.
So sit back and enjoy the ride. So I'm going to start with the main wheel bearings to begin with, mostly because they're the cleanest. Just spraying it with a bit of degreaser. I'm going to give it a bit of a clean out. Now this one's a lot more dirtier. That was the bearing that had the most play in it, so it's going to need a little bit more love and attention. So I've just got a light bit of emery cloth, put some degreaser on there. I just want to take this garbage that you can see off and just leave it a little bit cleaner. So I'm not really taking any metal off, I'm just getting a bit of that gunk. I can feel it under my finger, so I'm just trying to get that out so this bearing will go in nice and easy. So you can see the difference there. We'll clean it up and go all the way around, just get rid of all that black shit. So there we go. That's nice and clean in there, ready to put in the bearing. Alright. So the trick is to get them in nice and even. Little bit, little bit, little bit. It's moving in there.
You just want to alternate your tapping from the left to the right, to the top to the bottom, and so on.
Don't hurry it. Nice. There we go. Now, just drop the seal on top. Same deal. Just tap tap. Look. Yep. Nice and flush there. Easy as that. Same deal. Let's get it nice and square. Just start a little tap. Whoop.
I know it looks like it's taken a while, but you just want to go nice and steady. There's definitely movement, and the idea is to knock them in and keep them nice and square. So whatever you do, don't try and rush it, just take your time. Because as the old saying goes, a job worth doing is a job worth doing well.
You better believe it!
So this one sits flush because this one goes in there and that's the outer seal, and then on the other side the bearing will go in further with the seal on top.
I actually made a mistake. This one goes in further too, but you'll see that shortly.
Okay, start him off nice and square. forgot. Got to put a spacer in there.
Dickhead.
You better believe it.
So here we go. I had the first seal in, and then I popped the other seal in, but I forgot to put the spacer in. And then, when I've tapped it out again, I bloody slipped and bloody mangled the old bearing, so I had to duck down and get another one. As you can see, we don't want to be putting that in there, so let's have another go. So before I put the spacer in, I whacked a bit of grease in there and I'll just push that through, mostly because it had been that salt water. And yep, now she'll spin pretty good. In she goes, time for the next bearing.
And just on that grease, my old mate Itchy Coit reckons no grease on the axle. Obviously for the bearing to grip onto the axle and let the bearings do the spinning. But that sleeve on the inside, I threw a bit of grease in there thinking you keep out some of the crap. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. Do you use grease or do you use no grease?
So she's still got to keep going because I've got to get that seal in there yet. So I just changed tool to get more of a straight edge. The other one had a taper on it and it kept wanting to slide into this bearing seal again. I don't want to go buy another one. There's probably a better one I should have had in the first place. Pretty sure I like that. Just check this other side first. So this one needs to go down a bit more yet. Right, I don't know if you heard the sound of that, but there was now that it's down on the base, you could hear it actually go home, so it's set in where it should be. Check this other side, same thing, pretty close, but I'll just have another little tap and see where we're at. Yeah. That all feels good now. We'll pop the seal in. Time to put it all back together. Alright, before we chuck the tyre on, we're going to have to clean all this up. Same as we cleaned the inside of the rim out, we just get some emery cloth on there, get rid of some of this corrosion, make everything go back nice and neat. Alright, so we've got it all looking fairly clean now. all tidied up, so time to put it back together. See how we go. Basically we're just going to line this up into the brake caliper and get our bolts through, but you also got to get all this fit in nice and tight. Nearly got it. Got a foot underneath. See how that looks. Alright, we're in. Filler back on, washer, and we can bolt it all back up.
So there you go, Ratbags. That's how I changed the wheel bearings on the old Stormtrooper. If you need to know how to set your chain tension, check out our video on tensioning the chain or changing the brake pads. And until next time, don't forget to get outside and play.